Our next guest is the CEO of Lifestyle Brands. In 2011, he founded the Cambodia Rural Students Trust in Siem Reap with a mission of breaking the poverty cycle through education, and which has reached over 20,000 beneficiaries through grassroots community projects. To tell us all about creating future leaders, please welcome the President of the Rotary Passport Club of Melbourne, Aviv Palti.
Well, good afternoon, and thank you for the opportunity of joining this special Rotary meeting celebrating Australia Day. And thank you for allowing us to share some of the wonderful work that we do in Cambodia, both through the Rotary Club of Passport Melbourne, as well as the Rotoract Club of Siem Reap, and an NGO that our family founded, the Cambodia Rural Student Trust. It's really all about our ability to educate, empower, and inspire the next generation. And our journey in Cambodia started in 2009 when my family and I travelled there. And we taught for 2 weeks at a rural school and found these incredible young adults who were thirsty for education, but often dropped out of school because of their inability to continue due to their family's poverty. The family preferred them to drop out of school and get a job rather than get education, which will ultimately break their poverty cycle. We returned to the school a number of times over the next 2 years and saw these young adults continue their passion and dedication to education. And in 2011, we founded the Cambodia Rural Student Trust NGO. Fast forward to today, we have 104 students in our NGO. And our NGO is quite unique because the students themselves are mentored by us how to lead and manage the NGO. They contribute back to society on a daily basis through different NGO projects. And therefore, they get both formal education as well as life skills education as they understand management and leadership and mentorship skills, which they can pass on. One of our enterprises is called Project G, the Empowering Girls Enterprise. And this particular project sows the Days for Girls feminine hygiene kits in Cambodia. In addition to our workshop in Cambodia, our students become educators qualified by Days for Girls to go to the countryside and educate rural girls about the reproductive system. And we also teach boys about empowering girls and their role in creating a society with a better gender equality. We also have a project about bicycles. Project B Bicycles for Education distributes bicycles to qualified students in the countryside who require a bike to get to school instead of walking for an hour or two every day. And we also repair bicycles for those students. Every year, we repair and distribute more than 600 bicycles to all students in the countryside. Project R is our environmental project. R stands for Refuse, Reduce, Reuse and Recycle. It's a plastic education program which enables us to share knowledge about where plastic comes from, why it's useful, and how do we manage end-of-life single-use plastic, as well as provide solutions to the students at schools to manage single-use plastic in rural high schools. Project L, Light for Education, is our project distributing solar study lights to students who are living in villages without electricity, enabling them to read and study at night and extending their productivity and allowing them to keep up with their schoolwork. Project W, Wash for Education, brings clean water to schools for the first time in Siem Reap. We've identified there are 54 high schools in the province that don't have clean water for their students or surrounding communities. And so we're installing biosand filtration systems and toilets in those schools to be able to teach students about health, hygiene, and the environment. And in the middle of last year, we supported the charter of the Rotoract Club of Siem Reap to extend what we do and bring it into the Rotary family and allow Rotary to be a bigger part and create bigger impact as a part of what we do. 54 charter Rotoractors from the Cambodia Rural Student Trust started the club, and they're now expanding that club to include additional members from the university and friendship circle. We're very pleased to tell you that 4 of those Rotoractors will be joining us in Melbourne at the Rotary Convention in May. And if you'd like to see them come and speak at your club and meet with you, please feel free to contact us. You will find them very, very inspirational in the work that we do. These 54 Rotoractors, as well as the rest of the students in the Cambodia Rural Student Trust, right now are inspiring 20,000 beneficiaries in the countryside in Cambodia. Through the projects that we have, we've got extensive community reach, which is really what makes it very powerful for the Rotary family. And you'll see on the screen that there is a QR code. And if you scan that, you'll be able to see how you can get involved as a Rotary Club or as a Rotarian in the work that we do. And of course, feel free to contact us as well following this presentation. The return on our investment as a family and as a Rotary family is really quite incredible. And this is my favorite slide. We can see what education, empowerment, inspiration actually leads to. Srang joined the NGO in 2013. Today, he is working at KPMG in Cambodia, and he is a senior IT auditor. Siniang joined us in 2013. She finished high school with us. Today, she's the country lead for a women's empowerment NGO. And Nuck joined us as our first NGO manager in 2011 when he was just in grade 12 in high school. Today, he runs a real estate business in Phnom Penh. He sponsors 2 students in our NGO, and he's also sponsoring one house build, which we build every month in Siem Reap. This is all about the empowerment these students have and what they bring. Very briefly, Dani finished with us in high school. She always wanted to be a teacher. She studied a bachelor degree of TESOL, teaching English as a second language, graduated and got a job as an English teacher at the Australian Centre for Education. Barang graduated with us from high school, finished his bachelor degree. He's now studying his MBA. He's working with the United Nations in Phnom Penh. And Sinun graduated high school with us, also studying her master degree, and she's now working in a youth empowerment NGO in Phnom Penh. So this is the power of education, the power of empowerment, and the power of inspiration as we celebrate this Australia Day, as we celebrate the fact that while we all have different ideals and different prospects, we're really all the same. We're all connected by humanity. It's what brings us all together. It's what makes us all empowered. And it's been a pleasure to be able to share some of our activities with you very briefly and allow you to see the inspiration that we all together can bring to other people, whether it's in Australia or overseas. Thank you for your time, and have a happy Australia Day. All the best, everyone.
Thanks very much, Aviv.